Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, so we've got a really nice map to start this week, but before we look at today's nice map, a brief mention of one of last week's slightly substandard maps, specifically the one I used in 60-Minute Map Fix, my new series where I get 60 minutes to fix up a map which had no thumbnail and no description of the workshop without pre-seeing it. So that is linked in the top right hand corner of your screen now and at the end of today's show. Make sure you check that one out. Right, today we have got a good one. Today's map was by a creator we've reviewed just the once in the past, back in episode 675, and they got 14 stars. Not only that, it was on my shortlist for 2019's Map of the Year, so you know it's a good creator. So prepare to settle down and enjoy today's show. But before you settle down too much, one little job for you to do. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for taking the time. Today's map is Toulouse Mission by VecchioChristo. VecchioChristo, that is the loading screen thumbnail. Toulouse Mission by night. I was actually surprised. I thought there would be. We're talking about a good creator here. I was pretty sure there would be a thumbnail. Anyway, there's your start square, double intersection going on there, and the terrain heights, lots of flat buildable plain and lots of hilly land too. And then if we go to the resources are very workable, ore in the hills, lots of fertile, hint of oil, very nice. And off to the workshop, no DLC required for today's map, so that's a good thing. Although they're a little bit worried in the description. If you read the description, they thought maybe it might need mass transit. I'll let you know that it doesn't need mass transit. There is a one-click collection, however, we'll have a look at that in a moment. The one-click collection, there are a couple of minor things missing off of it. Now, there is a Toulouse mission theme. We'll be using the chiaroscuro LUT. Missing off of this one-click collection, according to the loading screen report, which I didn't get a chance to add, we will review without the missing rhododendrons, Pacific rhododendrons, and the weeds. So those couple of things are missing, but other than that, it's a solid list and a well-selected list. I've got to say that. So, anyways, it's just a really nice map. Everything about this sells it. Especially the theme. The theme, something VecchioChristo. I'm going Vecchio. I'm going to say VecchioChristo. Is that right? It just sounds right to me. Catenary replacer is in operation today, so we have no catenaries, which is by design, so that's fine. Yes, VecchioChristo. The previous map was a long coastal and very flat, and just had an amazing theme that made it pop. This one, again, an amazing theme that really makes it pop. But not only that, the choice of trees and foliage just really works so well with it. So the aesthetics on today's map are amazing. Not only that, the in-game sprites, which normally I deactivate, I don't mind them on VecchioChristo's maps. They don't distract from me at all. I think it just adds a little bit extra, and of course the theme was designed to have the sprites left on as well. So, well, I leave them on. Leave them on specifically as you kind of told to, so we have been right. And we'll cruise along. Again, the highways are really nice. They are what, 5-lane highways, very strong, heavy highways. Not mass transit, network extensions too. There's the words I was looking for. Yeah, network extensions to highways. They're very strong and bold. Might be a bit too strong and bold for some of you, but if you're looking to build a mega city here, at least you have got a strong highway infrastructure already in place. Now, I might argue a little bit about one or two, well, these intersections. They're very heavy, and there are a few of them. They're nice, they're nicely done, cannot fault them, but I think maybe just having the option to put our own ones in would have been nice. Especially, do we really want to one after the other? Well, for a major city build, you probably will. So this is quite nice for that. But it'd be nice to just have had the option to have just the one. Again, though, very hard to criticise. So I'm kind of just mentioning it more than criticising it. Anyway, down here we are entering the start square. You can probably make out a building in the background already. Let's have a look. So today's asset of the day is the H&M Seoul by Springer Bell. These are flagship stores from the Far East. I think we've seen some from Tokyo, maybe from Springer Bell. Is it Stringer Bell? Stringer Bell. Ah, sorry, typo. I'll have to change that before editing. Factoids, because factoids. On today's date, February the 3rd, in 1821, Elizabeth Blackwell was born in Bristol, England. She was the very first woman in America to gain a MD degree, to become a Doctor of Medicine. Oh, well done to you, Elizabeth Blackwell. 1821 she was born, so that would probably be about 1850. First female doctor in 1850. Good for you, lass. Good for you. Very, very proud of you. An English lady becoming a doctor in America. Whatever next. Immigration and all that. What would you do without immigrants? What would we do without immigrants, says he, 2 days after Brexit Day. This country, this world, what is going on with it? Anyway, right, so anyway, we have H&M Seoul by Springer Bell. Springer Bell, one of those two, today's asset of the day. And I'll correct the caption. So whichever one of those was correct, just edit my voice to fit. Oh my goodness me. I'm sure it's Stringer Bell. I'm going to check now. Well, I'm going to just go into my tapping away on my screen. Stringer Bell. Yeah, okay. It was Stringer Bell after all of that. Right. I'll go with it. Oh dear, hell spells. Where were we? Yes, intersections. Another nice sweeping one here. Very big. These are very big. They don't mind taking up a lot of room. But of course, this is, I'm guessing, like America or possibly Australia. It would work quite nicely as either, I feel. Lots of room to build intersections in both of those locations, so they tend to be a little bit bigger than in my quaint little island that is the United Kingdom. So, right, we'll bundle along this way. Another little possible start location there, possible. This area down here I feel would be really nice for a secondary town. So you could have your big city down by the main intersections. Then down here, maybe some, I think this is where your oil is down here. So maybe oil pumping, a little industrial town down here, possibly. I feel that would work really very nicely indeed down there. So anyways, that's pretty much the highways. There are a couple of others, but we're not going to look at all of them. We will, however, have a look at the rail. I think you're going to like the rail. We've got, clearly there were pillars under here, they're being removed, and that is fine, because it doesn't really look like the bridge needs pillars, so I'm okay with that. Now we're going into tunnel territory. We're going to tunnel through some of these really lovely hills. Now watch the route on this rail. This is part of the inspiration for this map, apparently was from the rail. And if you have a look at it, just look and how smooth. And there's a bit of a drop there in the tunnel. I'm not criticising for this. I'm not marking anything down. If we have a little look underground in a moment, you'll see that actually we're dropping, 12 metres in a short distance. But the whole point, as far as I'm concerned, with these maps, is if it's eyeball safe. If you look at it and you don't really notice it, then it's fine. It doesn't actually have to be. This isn't like Transport Fever 2, Transport Fever 2, where the slopes and gradients really do come in because all of the engines and whatever have a limited amount of traction and power. Of course, Cities Skylines, you don't have that. It's quite happy to run up a vertical. So it doesn't. So eyeball quality is good enough. If you want 120% realism, you might want to grumble about those tunnels. I'm not grumbling about them. I'm perfectly fine with them. Anyway, excluding that, there are one or two sections here where I think here there's a little bit of a slope on the go. But again, can you make it out by eye? Not really. I mean, when I say a little bit of a slope, of course, there's a little bit of a slope. There has to be able to get down out of the hills. But a little bit more than possibly total realism would allow. But again, eyeball testing, you can't spot it. It's perfectly good. And I'm perfectly fine with it. And nobody's going to get marked down on that one. If you can see a clear visible gradient with the naked eye, that is where you maybe have some problems. Anyways, now we're going into the flat part of the land. You can see we've got flat part of the land here. Perfect rail over road going on there. And in fact, it's just a really, really nicely done rail network. I'm not just impressed. I think this is one of my favourite rail networks in terms of transitioning from hills into flatland. So all credit for that one. Anyway, the rail runs through there and then goes past these little hills here and off towards the fog. So what we'll do is we'll do an intermission, then we'll check the shipping, then we'll check the water flow, then we'll have one last look over the terrain, and then we'll see whether or not I can give it some big scores. Big scores.
Are you bored with the standard vanilla bridges? Have you seen those lovely custom bridges but don't know how to use them? Ooh, very nice. Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Custom Bridges by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so, Toulouse mission by VecchioChristo and shipping routes. We have this shipping route. It's perfectly lovely. Of course, it's going to be perfectly lovely. You won't go far wrong. Goes past the main, well, goes up to the main docks kind of area. Pre-cut quays there. Very nice indeed. Water flow, we have good strong water flow coming up past the start square. Realism, I don't feel realistic with this, but again, it's not something that you can really make out with the naked eye, so I don't feel that matters an awful lot. It just is fine. It works absolutely fine for gameplay, so that's good. That's all good. So anyway, the map as a whole just looks glorious. Really loving the choice of trees goes so well with the theme and the LUT combination. Big buildable space here for the main downtown of the city. We have some pre-cut docks here. You may notice there are bollards missing from here. Don't worry, that is by my choice, I'm afraid. Because if I go back to Duvo, I need to have those bollards non-subscribed to. So they've been removed by me. But there are supposed to be bollards on those keys. Then we've got, these hills. These hills are just amazing. You're not going to be doing much building in these hills. Although, if you're feeling up to the challenge, maybe a national park. Something like that up here, or maybe a small hilltop community, possibly. Good luck getting up here. You have to use standards as high as VecchioChristo's to get up into the hills, though. And I'm just really feeling the overall vibe of the hills there. Lots of hills over the other side as well. We've got some here creating a barrier so that you've got to break up your towns and your cities. You can't just build completely grid. A little bit of a valley here you can build into, and then over here this is where the rail was coming in, and again lots and lots of opportunity to really push up into the mountains. And the mountains, as you go further and further towards the edge of the map, get bigger and stronger and bolder and more imposing, which is just great. Absolutely great. Amazing attention to detail and design, and I just full credit. I think you're going to rate this one highly. I sure do. If you want to rate it at all, now's your chance to do so. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? You and only you can decide. And you better make sure that you do, because it's lovely, isn't it? Okay, so aesthetically, it's really nice, isn't it? Don't really think, even with the missing Pacific rhododendrons and the weeds, I don't think that would have added, I can't see how that would have added anything. I'm going to give 5 stars. I don't know what more can be done to make this more aesthetically pleasing. 5 stars. Detailing is very, very strong indeed. I would have given this 5 stars, I feel, but there are 2 things missing off the one-click collection. That's a detailing error. I can't award 5 stars. It's 4 stars. It deserves 5. 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I think the options on this map are incredible. It's just all there. Whichever way you want to go. You might argue that you've got one intersection too many, and possibly, yeah. But I don't see that I'm going to be not awarding maximum stars because of an extra intersection. 5 stars for gameplay. Toulouse Mission by VecchioChristo. And as the only thing really wrong with it is possibly an extra intersection and a couple of missing assets, BonBonB seal of approval right through it. I love that. That is a glorious, glorious map. Wow. There you go. That's a good start to the week, isn't it? Hey. Coming up tomorrow, we have got a request map. I have no idea in advance whether these are any good or not, so we'll just see how that goes, shall we? There is, of course, the map fix from last week on your screen now, plus a chance to subscribe to my second channel. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I will see you very, very soon.